my baby.
Hello,
And then everybody died.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Fey Lie episode 5. Right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, 5. That's right.
Numero.
Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. We missed you. We're going to have a real good session tonight. This is ending the third back-to-back D&D session we've had on the channel this week. Oh, man, it's been so good. So thank you guys all for tuning into all those sessions. Couple of things up the top, as always. Subscribers! If you're not a subscriber, why don't you consider being one, maybe? Take that Twitch Prime sub that's just hanging off on that tree that no one visits and just throw it into the garbage disposal, which is this Twitch channel. Because you can win some really cool stuff during the break screen, like a set of dice, a dice tray, or a dice to holder, vault. That's what it's called. Haha, I'm not tired, you're tired. So those who are subscribers are able to, during our break screen, put in a keyword. You'll be entered to win one of those lovely little D&D items. And yeah. And also, congratulations to Yerpri. It's their 1-year anniversary on TikTok. Woo! Huzzah!
Been a year.
That's right.
It's scary.
Congrats to you and all the content you made, all the views, all the followers. They all appreciate you, as do we. What else? Right. These cool things, dice, 3D printed dice daggers. We are going to make an announcement tomorrow that we are going to be giving some of these away. The amount of attention on these things have been insane since we made those posts. So the great Jody Rose has kindly started 3D printing a few of these bad boys that we're going to give away to 2 of our followers here on our Twitch channel and to 2 subscribers as well. So if you are a subscriber, you'll be entered to win one of these. And if you're a follower, you'll be entered to win one of these. So just want to give you guys a heads up. And then we'll be announcing the winner next Wednesday, a week from now. So look out for that on all social media posts. And this is kind of a thank you because we recently crossed 50,000 on TikTok and a bunch of other milestones. So thank you guys all for that. We appreciate you so very much. Whew. All right. Well, with that all out of the way, let's just hop right to it, everybody, and begin episode 5 of the Fey Lie.
Spoopy.
Let's
So
get
far,
it.
I think the lie is that there were going to be Fey.
Yeah.
There's a Fey Lin.
Yeah, there's a Fey Lin, and we're close. We're close to figuring it out.
All right, guys. So last we left off, the party had started off the session with a really hard, very hilarious fight with their friend Zerra, who had been turned into a werewolf. The rest of the party had pretty much tried some very interesting tactics to subdue him, with Galahad seemingly just grabbing him with a giant robot bear hug as the 4 of you just shit-kicked the fuck out of him for a good hour and a half. With some help from your new kobold friend, Speck, that you have conscripted to help you get into the lair that you're all trying to find, that the Skens Goliath is currently held up in. So, with defeating the werewolf, you guys spent an evening to camp for the night to regain some hit points and all your abilities. A few of you having some interesting talks with one another. More under a magnifying glass was the conversation between Margot and Nebula, as Nebula kind of poked and prodded Margot's past, and she was having none of that. So the conversation kind of got heated and turned into Margot kind of shouting at Nebula. Everyone kind of woke up. But by that point, sun was rising. The rest of you, fully rested, decided to head up to the rest on the Silberquel ridge that you're currently on, the mountainside. And as Speck kind of led you up the mountainous trail, led you to this big, giant waterfall that has just been kind of flowing nearby. As the more you ascended up, the bigger it got. and Speck leading you into this waterfall. You're kind of not sure if you were just going to fall down a huge cavern side or if it led anywhere, but luckily it did lead somewhere, because behind the waterfall was this big slab of cliffside rock with some footholds inside. And he started climbing up and you quickly followed. And as you got to all the way up that cliffside, very stealthily peering over the ridge, you looked forward into this sort of sunken in cavern room, and you saw a few chairs, a table, a little, what seemed like a little camping site, big steel door embedded in that wall. And it was Skins, a bunch of kobolds, and Nima Cinerard, the gnome who you've been on the hunt for, that is somehow tied into this prison break and this mess with Stallmouse and everything. So, with you all peering over that ridge at the Goliath and the kobolds, you all successfully passed your stealth checks. They have not noticed you yet. What would you like to do?
I would like to incite violence. I'm just kidding.
That's an insight check.
Friends, everybody ready to go? Because I think we're about to get into some trouble.
We should ensure that we capture Skins alive.
Alive it is.
What is
please
with
stay
all these
behind.
people and keeping them alive? Just saying.
If
Well,
we
hold
look
on
better-
now. Perhaps we have a easier approach to this. And Nebula looks over at Speck, who's with us. And we're hanging on the edge, right? We're peeking over.
Yeah, you're just kind of looking over.
Nebula transforms into a kobold.
Okay.
Perhaps we could take a more stealthy approach to the situation. They don't know what happened to the rest of the kobolds yet. We made sure of that. I could attempt to approach them with help from our friend here.
The last time you entered an area without the rest of us, you got yourself rather hurt.
Then perhaps
Not wrong.
If you want to, I can. Also, I don't have as much talents as you, but I can disguise myself as well, so I can try to look like a kobold as well if you want.
the more the merrier.
The two of us could go in, and I'll go ahead and take my my knife out as I put the tip of it to my arm and cast disguise self on myself. And I'm going to go ahead and change as much as I can to a kobold.
Okay. And Corso, you're doing the same?
Yeah.
Are you both looking like Speck or just two different kobolds?
I would try and look like one of the kobolds that I recall from the fight, the ones that ambushed me.
Okay.
So if there was anything necessarily different about one of them from Speck, I would look like that one.
And you said that when you change, your armor and your clothes don't change. Is that correct?
Mine do not.
Right.
I think
Do
the
they-
sky
do they-
self will get him, but I will be wearing my armor and such, and
And
just
it
look like
shrinks down to kobold size with it?
I don't think it's going to shrink. I think it's just leather armor that's hanging on me. But I've thought this through.
Would it fall off you?
No, it wouldn't slip through me because my arms and everything still exist. So
Would
as
your
I got,
pants fall off and your boots?
that depends on how big their feet are in comparison to mine.
So
Because
that is
I'm
true.
I'm like 5'8", I believe we've written. So whatever height, or 5'10", whatever height a kobold can reach.
Yeah,
There's
so
a-
they have very big feet, almost like dinosaur-like, and they have a tail. So anything that you would kind of, with your pants would kind of like fall down around the ankles, but the feet would be big enough that it would hold them there, and a tail would kind of start sprouting out of your back and either like poke out of the pants, or the things would just fall down before the tail would come out.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Okay, we're doing it. So
Yeah.
the two of you start to change into kobolds. Phelan, you change more into the visage of Speck. Corso, you change into one of the kobolds you had previously encountered, and the rest of you just see Nebula's clothes never shrink as the visage of the kobold becomes smaller and slender, but the feet start to spread like raptor feet, and the tail starts sprouting out the back, and his pants and his gear just kind of lump to the ankles as it just like slowly changing on the side of a cliffside. And then you see Phelan, who's transformed into a kobold, but in keeping with the clothing of Speck and the weapons he had on, them spending a lot of time together, is able to get it just right. And as Speck is beside you, Phelan kind of looks at you, goes, "It's like looking in a mirror."
Very, very handsome mirror, right?
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
And before Nebula pulls himself up, he's going to look at whoever's closest to him and just kind of say to the party, I assume this time, since we know we're walking into danger, we can trust you to quickly have our backs and be ready?
Yes.
Hold on. So can Margot see Skins from where she is currently?
So if you go to your Roll20 screens,
Ooh.
you will see a map of where you currently are.
Hold on, I'm rendering.
20. Yeah,
Just
I am
out a
too.
little bit there, and then you'll see where it's visible to you.
Here.
Could have swore. Okay.
As we're getting ready to go in, though, I'm gonna turn to Nebula and say, "What is the game plan? I will follow your lead, but is there anything we need to do?"
Well, they believe that they were lying in wait, that we were lying in wait for anyone to come and ask questions. So they would expect our return if things went well. We could get in close and perhaps take them by surprise. Or
I do have True
separate them.
Strike. If I see them, I could look into their defenses.
That might be beneficial in regards to that Goliath there.
I would love nothing more than to destroy that one again, since Skins slipped so lovingly through my fingers the last time.
Okay.
Does that work for you, Phelan?
That works, yes. Get
Excellent.
close, get info if we can, kill him if we don't.
And he looks over to Speck and nods his head upwards, kind of motioning up first.
You want me to go up first?
You're the most likely to actually know what to say. Correct? Unless
Perhaps-
you're not supposed to be here.
Perhaps before we send Speck up, we should remove the crab from his back.
Actually, I don't think that will be a problem.
Why would that... I am afraid that that would give away that he has been compromised in some way. Why would this not be a problem?
Speck, that is quite an interesting trinket you found, is it not? After defeating the people who came to attack the house? Considering I also took the clothes off one because I liked how they looked.
You honestly
I not?
believe? Do you
Ooh.
honestly believe that there would be one surviving well-off kobold compared to us?
They
yes,
left
you
them
may
there,
have died,
didn't they?
but we sure didn't.
But they did not know who was being sent to that home. It was merely a precaution in case anyone came snooping where they shouldn't.
Oh, so you believe they just sent some incompetent ragtag group of people to investigate?
That is what the gods were before we came along. An incompetent group of ragtag people.
Also, no one had yet checked in on her, and it had been quite some time.
By this point, I'd assume they didn't expect anyone to come knocking to see if she was truly sick.
Yes, you are correct. The assumptions hold.
Unless you have a better plan.
Wait, so I did find it.
Yes. Wink, wink.
Right.
Don't let go. Don't let go. Yes, but I think we're ready to go.
Yo, you're
If you distract them well enough, I can try and find their weakness, and I'll find a way of sending it to whoever's necessary.
That's good enough for me.
We shall do it then.
Standing by.
Go ahead, Speck.
I'm going up with you.
You go first. We'll follow.
Margot's gonna look at Speck and just be like, do not disappoint.
Jesus Christ, okay.
We got this.
He's so precious.
He starts climbing up the side of the ridge, and then Nebula, you're gonna follow up.
I'm gonna wait until he is seen, like until he gets up, to make sure that I'm basically waiting to see if it's a trap.
Okay. And then Margot, you said you had true. What was it again?
True strike.
True
So
strike.
I point a finger at a target in range. My magic grants me the brief insight into the target's defenses. On my next turn, I gain advantage on my first attack roll.
Okay. And how long does that take to work? Is it instantaneous or?
It is concentration up to 1 round. So, yeah. Casting time, 1 action, instantaneous, yeah.
Okay. So Kobold Speck gets up from over the ridge with the Vox Seeker on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of starts making his way past this narrow hallway here, narrow cavern hall. And before he kind of comes into the wider part, he just kind of looks back at you all and goes, and just starts walking, but walking like fake walking, like you suddenly forgot how to walk, and he's just taking his 2 arms at the same time as his feet are going, and he steps forward.
I'm suddenly having some doubts.
And you just kind of, because for you guys, you can kind of see, some of you can kind of see where the Goliath and the kobolds are, but for some of you it's a little harder to see just from the placement where you are. But you can very much hear the commotion and the conversations going on, and as he kind of makes himself be seen by them, you hear the other kobolds go, "Hey, Speck? Speck, is that you?"
Oh shit.
He goes, "Yeah, it's me."
I'll start climbing up as soon as the conversation has begun.
Okay.
And so I will climb up to the rest of the way, and I will begin walking towards where they are.
Okay.
And I would start following.
So, just to be clear, Phelan, you look like Speck.
I would look similar to Speck in that I would look like a mirror image of him. So if he has a freckle on the right side of his face, it would be on the left. So very similar, but slightly different.
A little fuzzier around the edges.
Yes, I would be wearing similar clothes, though. Yes, I would be wearing the same clothes as Speck.
And as the 2 of you are slowly walking behind, he's like, "Yeah, I'm here. I made it." And the rest of them are like, "Where's the rest of the group? What happened at Nima's house?"
We lost one, but we got some stuff off the bodies of who showed up.
And then you see Nebula as this kobold walking behind Speck with his gear around his ankles and his armor and shirts that's just way too big for him, like a 5-year-old wearing an XXL. and a sword that's just like way too big for him. Just like clank, 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 clank.
For a big guy, he was pretty stupid to walk in without checking.
Yeah, he was.
Holy shit, you got all that?
Margot whispers underneath her breath, yeah, you sure fucking was.
And then one of them says, hey, wait, Speck, what's that on your back? Because the Vox Seeker has those two little legs kind of over top of here. And here, just, yeah.
It was a cool thing that one of them tried to use, and they said, oh, it's really cool. They said, Cactus, come here. And I just told Cactus to come to me.
You did, and it does nothing.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Maybe that wasn't the word. Cucumber, come here.
Galahad, say cactus. Tell cactus to go somewhere.
Was I the last person to
Goldfish, come
And
here.
as you're trying to come up with the word, and Speck is just like, just standing there, you'll all of a sudden hear the voice of Skins as this big, humongously muscly Goliath female just kind of starts to get up from the chair and look behind like, what do you mean? What did they give you? What is that thing? And she starts to become interested in it.
It was something that one of them had. When we took him down, we took it, but they used a word to move it, I think. It looked cool, but Speck got it.
Is it dangerous? That looks familiar.
I don't think it does anything. They didn't know what to do with it, but they had it.
And she starts to like come closer to Speck. And
I'm going to move up towards Speck as well, like almost side by side.
And at this point, Phelan, have you come into view yet, or are you hiding,
Yes.
sort of taking
I
behind there?
would come into view, yes.
Okay, so as
Step up behind.
Skins starts to make his way closer to Speck, you kind of follow behind with a mirror image of Speck wearing the same armor, the same clothes, the same adornments, but just on the opposite side. And as you kind of come from behind, she starts to inspect the Vox Seeker. And then she looks up and sees you. Is this one with you?
Margot's gonna cast a message to Nebula and be like, get her away from us. Distract her, get her away.
And I can't respond to message mentally, right? It's just I hear it.
No, you can.
Don't.
So the target hears the message, you can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
There you go.
And I, under my breath, working on it. Be ready. And I say, sorry, the question was just, is this one with you?
Yes, I would. Is this one with you?
Yeah. Don't you? Oh, I guess you didn't. You weren't there. They tried to turn us into different things. They tried to polymorph us. It didn't take. But he got all
the brain.
rearranged. It didn't take.
She then looks at all of you, looks at the Vox Seeker on Speck's back, kind of turns him around to look at it more inspectingly. Where did you find this?
It was on the guy who died. He had it with him.
They tried to move it with a word, but I
It was
think
pineapple.
maybe it only worked on them because it's not working now. So we took it.
I see.
I'm gonna lean to Galahad and Margot and be like, I knew that they would find that suspicious.
And then the Goliath, inspecting the Vox Seeker, kind of takes it off of Speck's back, puts it down, and says, I thought we talked about this. No evidence, no witnesses, and stabs Speck right through their back, through the chest cavity.
I'm going.
And she is making an attack on him.
Okay. And with that, so is this our chance to react?
If you would like to.
I'm going to attack right back. Not my baby.
Oh, Speck.
Okay.
This is going to.
Also, thanks to Sunbro Crisco for giving Galahad inspiration while the recap was still happening.
It's a real bro right there.
I'm gonna need Skins to make a wisdom saving throw.
Once he is done, I'm also gonna take out my short sword and try and stab the punk.
Save.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 2. But that
No.
sword goes right through the kobold.
Okay.
And then wisdom.
Yeah, as a wisdom save, as I cast command,
Okay.
and I said, "Wait! Don't you want to?" And on the word "wait," I said, I cast command hidden in there. Don't you want to hear the best part? And so on wait, you tell me how it affects.
So here's the thing. Were you trying to do that before they tried to stab the kobold?
That was the attempt,
were you
but
not-
if they succeed on that hit, I still I'm aiming for the
It still
effects.
happens? Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'm trying to do that before that happens when I saw the attack coming, but if I was too slow, this still would have frozen them. Just you decide if it was before or after.
We will roll contested dex saves. Or
Okay.
straight dex rolls.
Okay.
If your dex is faster than mine, you would have been able to say it before the sword would have gone into the back.
A dex save?
Yeah, just the d20 plus dex.
Got you.
Oh, boy.
That is an 18.
It's not time for nat 20s.
Not time to do us dirty.
19.
Oh, Speck!
As you see the sword just... Wait! Holding Speck up from the ground, up in the air with the sword. And has the kobold there in the air and the sword, as you said, wait. And it is just holding it there, waiting. As Speck goes, oh! And becomes lifeless.
Oh.
I'm
And
going to, as I see Speck going lifeless, I will take out my my short sword, and I am going to be trying to attack the boy.
Let's roll initiative, everybody!
Yeah.
Can I
so
cast mage
much-
armor on myself using my Eldritch Evocations Armor of Shadows as things go bad?
Before it goes down, sure, we can do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to interrupt.
So much for the plan.
Oh, well.
I think I rolled my highest initiative ever, guys. 11.
Is it? I was gonna say, is it double digits?
Is it above 7? Yeah.
Oh, dang!
Speaking of 7, guess who got a 7?
That's a nat 20. Plus 2.
Nice.
22.
Hell yes.
Okay, everybody. We're going to do 25 to 20.
22.
Woo!
Okay.
Jules Hendricks. And then after that, we have 20 to 15.
19.
19. Okay. And then 15 to 10.
11.
10.
Okay. So it was 10, and then what was the other number?
Oh no.
11. It was me.
I feel so heartbroken right now. Like, is there a cry for as a reaction? What do I do? Hey, boy, no, I wasn't expecting him to just stab him.
As soon as the Goliath saw any, like, especially evidence that was left behind, she's brutal. And then 10 to 5.
I got 7.
7. Okay.
And I was
So
on
top,
10.
Yeah. So at the top we got Jules. The bottom is Margot. So Jules, seeing Speck. Actually, no. We got first. We're gonna go with Phelan for that surprise hit.
Okay.
Now let me point something out. As I said that, it was wait. Don't you want to see the best part?
Yeah.
We brought back some more gifts. And as that wait takes place, that is the equivalent of paralysis. Fair? Because it says on command, it makes the target prone. And by telling them to wait, she is paralyzed in place.
Okay. So it's paralyzed, and then do they make a save at the end of their turn?
No, it just lasts until their turn, but paralysis is gives advantage on attack rolls, and any hit within 5 feet is a crit.
Ooh.
Yeah, paralyzed in 5e is wild.
It's a good time.
This music is banger.
Yeah, it's rocking.
I'm just looking up command. I'm seeing halt, grovel, flee, drop.
Yeah, you could basically call it halt then, and do, I guess, whatever halt says specifically.
Yeah, it says the target doesn't move, it takes no actions. Flying creature stays aloft, provided that it is able to do so. If it must move to stay aloft, it flies minimum distance. So doesn't move, takes no actions. Does not say it takes the paralyzed condition.
Okay.
Just
I thought
no,
that was halt.
doesn't move and no actions. Because being able to just be like paralyzed would be like really fucking insane. At third level. So yeah, for that.
So on
round,
her turn, then she will not do anything.
Yeah.
She'll take no actions.
Okay.
Still useful. Still
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got to succeed on the wisdom save on its next turn. Okay. So at the moment, she is just kind of, as you said, wait, here comes the best part. And with Speck on the sword, just holding it up, lifeless, they're just waiting for the best part. But Phelan, you went for an attack.
Yes,
Okay.
I am. From where I am standing, I am going to take my hand out and pull out my short sword as I look at Speck's lifeless eyes and try to hit. Try to hit this giant Goliath standing in front of me with my short sword.
Okay.
And that will. Let's see how that rolls. Fingers crossed. That's pretty good for an 18 plus, there we go, plus 6. That'll be a 24 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Roll
And
damage.
I am, so since this is my first attack, this is my first attack on my first turn of combat, I'm also going to use my Bugbear Surprise Attack, which is a feature where I can deal an extra 2d6 damage as well.
Woo! All right.
So that'll be 3d6.
Oh, baby.
And since I don't have advantage on the attack, I wouldn't be able to do any sneak attack. But that will be 6 plus 4 is 7. Oh, nope. 6 plus 4 is not 7. That's 10 plus 4, 14 points of damage as I yell, "No!
No! And you come out of your disguised self.
I keep my disguised self on for right now.
Oh, it doesn't change if you take the action. Okay, I thought maybe it
Yes.
got off. The rest of you.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. I don't believe.
Is it concentration?
No, it's not. It just lasts for an hour.
Cool.
It fails for physical inspection, but they have to discern it, and they would need to do an investigation check for that.
Yeah. So as this mirrored version of Speck, you just see you take out this sword and go to attack Skins, who's just got Speck up on a sword. So you roll that and just slice, just hit him right in the shoulder. This big, meaty, chunky shoulder, just like hack it like a axe to a big chunk of wood. Take it off. And there's a big wound in there, really, really deep. So roll the damage. It was
Yeah, it was 14 points of damage.
14. But you said it in Speck's voice. He went, "No!" Okay, so then we go to Jules.
All right. I want to get before I start my turn, I want to get a ruling from you. I cast Mage Armor on myself. Could I then cast Armor of Agathis on myself as well? Would those stack?
Don't think they stack.
They do different things. Mage Armor is AC based. Armor of Agathis is like when I get hit, I hit back.
Oh, I see.
And it gives me basically Armor of Agathis is 5 temporary hit points, and then if I get hit with a melee attack, I deal 5 cold damage to whoever hits. Totally up to you.
Yeah, one changes AC. They combine. Yeah, that's all good.
Okay, cool. So I am allowed to do that?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna get up onto the ledge and stand up, and then I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself, expending one of my first level spell slots. And again, the like spectral energy kind of starts to revolve around Jules as this icy armor kind of coats over their already pre-existing studded leather, and they make their way up towards the I gotta use select. They make their way. I am unable to move Jules.
Oh, whoops. Let me see that. No. There you go. Should be good there.
Alright. I make my way up just behind Nebula here, using him somewhat as a shield. And that will conclude my turn.
All right. So...
And I also draw my hand axe just to make sure that I have something on hand ready.
Got the hand axe out. So Phelan and Nebula, you then see Jules Hendricks run behind you as their leather armor's adorned in this. Is it still adorned in that green spectral energy? You said icy. Is that more blue?
It's icy, so it's also like a green, icy, blue armor type situation.
So almost like this spectral, ghostly like overlay on their leather armor just appears to be this really hardened, clunky paladin armor that's more angular and chunky as it goes over the leather stud as she runs over and it takes up the hand axe and is about ready to strike. So that'll be Hendrix move there. And then Phelan again. You had that surprise round on her.
Okay, cool. I am still at this point farther away, so I'm with my. I didn't move any closer because with my bugbear self, I have a 5-foot range. So what I'm gonna do is, or 10-foot range. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and try again, and use another short sword attack again, and see if I can hit him one more time.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 14 to hit.
14 misses. As you go and kind of hit Skin with their shoulder, you kind of take it off. You're just so angry. And then Jules runs up with the mage armor on, hand axe in hand, kind of looking over and just kind of taken over with emotion. You're not thinking very clearly. You just kind of go for a swipe, but kind of trip a little bit on your kobold feet. They're not quite used to at the moment, as the feet are a lot wider than your bugbear feet are. And you just kind of stumble a little bit and just miss. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I do not know. I'm going to then just take a step back as I pull my sword back again, and I stare at him in rage.
Just spitting out all your kobold hate onto the frozen Goliath with Speck still just lifeless on the blade because it hasn't been able to move yet. But now it is Skin's turn.
Uh-oh.
And you slowly just kind of see them kind of trying to get out of the command spell. They're going to make another wisdom save. That is a 11.
That wouldn't beat a 14. Now, technically, the spell just holds them for that one turn. So they would be unaffected by it next turn as is.
Let me just double check. Because I swore it said at the start of the next round to make a wisdom save.
All I can think of is as Speck gets impaled, the TikTok sound that goes, "Oh no, oh no,
Oh no,
oh no, oh no, oh no," as it zooms into him. And I,
Ozzy, you just, Saint, you just heard what you need to edit. You see it stab Speck.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. And you gotta zoom in on Phelan's face.
or the
It was at this moment he realized he fucked up.
That to be continued
not
arrow
removed
swipes across.
from his back. We killed Speck.
no.
Enjoy this very much.
Yeah, it doesn't really give me anything on like ending or any reroll of wisdom saves on it end of its turn, just when the start of the command. So I guess we'll just say that it just takes place for that one turn.
Yeah.
So as it happens, their body starts to move and sort of jiggle a little bit as they're trying to get out of the command spell. Their mind trying to take back their possession of their body, and you just see the giant hulking Goliath go. The sword from Speck goes. Speck falls to the ground, looks at the bugbear disguised as a kobold. It's like, you little. Takes a big swipe at the bugbear as Skin moves in.
Would this be the turn that they are frozen, or are we saying the moment that they initially had it was their moment of being frozen? Just so I'm sure.
Well, it would have been out of combat.
That's true.
You told to wait so that, and you
The combat started. Yeah.
So it starts to get a surprise round. So for that situation right there, that's what it was for. It wouldn't necessarily go in for another round for a second time.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll do that. And so Skins moves over towards Phelan, is going to go for a hit.
Okay.
Good luck.
That is a 7.
That misses with a 15 armor class.
So with that big, deep chunk they took out of their shoulder, they kind of lift up the long blade or the long sword, goes, and just didn't realize how much of a hit you actually got. Flinches for a while and didn't complete with the downward strike. So good job there. All right. After that, we got the kobolds. Come on down. We got 30. here.
We've dealt with them before. It'll be fine.
So
Oh yeah,
once-
because the last time Nebula got surrounded by kobolds, that ended so swimmingly.
Oh, it ended wonderfully.
He just really was so attentive to their every need.
Okay.
This one.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
I don't know
Now's your
about
time. We can. Wait, Jules has appeared.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have.
You have shown up. I was gonna be.
I am now-
You know what? No, I'll still say it. Yes, my brothers. Now is the time. We can overthrow Skin.
They saw you all. and fucked it
Wait,
up.
punk.
They're dumb. They ain't that dumb. Unfortunately.
Worth a
All right.
shot,
So
though.
this is gonna be 3 attacks on you, Nebula,
Of course.
and
On the
Okay.
one who hasn't done anything yet.
It was nice to know
you said you shouted out, "Wait!
yeah.
Here comes the real surprise!" Their Goliath master waited, and then you started barraging with the attacks.
Fair enough.
2 and 2 together at that point.
That seems.
no.
That
Oh,
seems
no.
sus.
Okay.
That's weird. That's suspicious.
That's suspicious. And they're gonna get pack tactics because they are all within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, of course they are.
And it's like a
So-
repeat
Yeah.
performance of last time, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. Just switch
Encore,
around.
encore.
So this is gonna be an advantage for the first one.
I'm in danger.
That is a 17 to hit.
Will not hit my 18.
Woo! Okay. Try this again. Unnatural 20 on the second one. And a 24 on the third one.
Okay.
So 2 out of 3 are gonna hit you.
Nah,
Yep.
sorry. Nebula can't be hit by even numbers.
Right. I forgot you took the uneven feat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was a good.
So 8 points of piercing damage on the first one,
Just one of them?
and 7 on the second one.
All right, 15 damage coming up spicy.
So as 2 of the kobolds, just like they all just kind of rush over the table and start going towards you. One kind of takes a wild swing. You're able to kind of dodge it, but you kind of move into the other 2 kobolds as they poke and prod and slash. You kind of trip a bit as the pants are kind of still around your ankles, not able to dodge as well as you normally would be in your normal form. And then the fourth one here, Umaro Nuno, is going to try to make a crossbow shot under the Goliath's legs. Actually, no, it's going to go over here and try to get more of a corner shot. Oh, that's kind of blocking too. I'm going to roll us at no, it has advantage because of pack tack. So normally I would have rolled disadvantage because the Goliath is right in front of it and there's not enough room to shoot behind it. But it has advantage because of pack tactics, so this will just be a straight roll.
Isn't pack tactics when they're both within 5 feet?
It's when any allies are within 5 feet of it.
Kobolds.
Yeah, when they together. At
Or
least,
else
at
not
least one of the
this
kobold allies is within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay.
So with the crossbow shot to Phelan,
You ain't got to do that.
that's a 11 to hit.
That misses with a
Oh.
15 armor class.
Hell yeah.
So then another kobold kind of starts to run and kind of slides under the Goliath's legs. Ping! Just hits behind you into the cavern wall, misses completely. So that is the kobold's turn. That's missed my place. Where did everybody go? Okay, and then we come to Galahad 5.
All right. Let's do this. All right, so first off, I need to pop up. I'm going to move 5, 10,
Yo,
15,
move!
20.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yo, move!
It's time to die. All right, I'm going to...
So that's
I'm
Speck's
not-
lifeless body, so we're just gonna say that's out of the way at the moment.
I'm going to take
For the
Sunbro's
space.
inspiration and I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to take a swing at Skins.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Roll damage.
All right, so it's going to be longsword, and of course, I'm going to be dropping a smite. So it's going to be 4d8 plus 3. Oh, I dropped that one too. I'll get another dice. All right. 1, 8, 16, 19, 22 points of smiting damage.
How'd you do math that?
Oh, baby.
I rolled a 1, a 7, an 8, and a 3, and then a plus 3.
So as Galahad rushes to the aid, takes out the longsword full of radiant power, sort of turns the throttle of the sword. Radiant energy emanating out of the sword, goes for a big swing, but as that happens, the Goliath kind of looks at you, sees you coming, and kind of puts the hands up, and you can kind of see their skin, the details of the skin start to change, almost rock and granite-like, and it's going to use a reaction, Stone's Endurance. It's going to roll a d12 to reduce some of the damage.
Yep. But that's not the end of my turn. I've activated Divine Smite. I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, Inspiring Smite.
Oh shit.
Is immediately after I use mine. No, it's just my Channel Divinity.
Oh shit, okay.
After I deal damage to anything with my Divine Smite, I distribute 2d8 plus my Paladin level in temporary hit points to any creatures I'd like within 30 feet of me.
You! So I'm -5 off of that initial hit. So not very much. It was pretty low. So that first one would have been 17.
Alrighty, here goes. Here comes 10 hit points.
Heck yeah.
10 plus 3, so 13. Now, quick question. How long has it been since Speck was stabbed?
This will happen pretty quickly. Like, wait! Ah! It's been like not even a minute.
Okay, so I'll distribute 6 points to Nebula, 6 points to Phelan, and 1 point to Speck if I can.
Well, the thing about monsters that die, they don't normally get death saving throws. So to be able to revive him, you'd have to use like a regenerative spell,
Okay, well,
like a
if
revival
he's dead,
spell.
then it'll be
Well, technically, kobolds can be a playable race.
if I can't do it, then it's gonna be
Up to you. I'm just.
That's okay.
It's okay. So in that case, it's gonna be 7
I
temporary
will
hit points
have
for Nebula.
Galahad roll an Arcana, just straight Arcana.
Oh boy, am I proficient? No, but I have +2. All right, here we go. That's a 4 + 2. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
it was
it's
worth a shot.
so cute.
It was worth a shot.
4 + 2. So you go for that huge hit. The Goliath puts the hands up, take giant chunks of their granite-like forearms. This big radiant smash happens. Now as the light is kind of burning, the Goliath kind of takes a step back, and you use just kind of that moment of them looking away to diminish some health with your other hand to your other party members. And as that goes down, a bit of that misty healing energy kind of faints on the kobold as you look down. Doesn't seem to be moving at all at the moment. But
Alright.
huge hit nonetheless.
I place 1 card face down and end my turn.
So that was 17 plus 13 on that one.
What?
Correct?
I did 23 damage -5, so
Right.
that was
18.
18 altogether. Okay.
I don't know.
I
We
just
gotta be
assumed
careful.
do math
All in a
right.
bunch like this. Margot might hit us with a fireball.
Yes,
Oh no!
Yerpy, when you said previously, did you just do math? I can do D&D math. That's the full extent of my brain. That's it.
I can't do any. Can't do any. It takes me an eternity to process things.
Okay. So after that, we come to Nebula.
So I am surrounded by 3 kobolds, a little bit of a gap, and the 4th kobold's right over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got the 4 kobolds still active over here. Skins over here.
Okay. I am going to thank you very much for that bonus points, my friend. And I'm going to go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. I am casting Chromatic Orb. And that is going to be at the kobold in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, this is going to be 3d8 of... They have explosives, so fire damage.
Okay, on this one here.
The one in the dead center, yes. And that is a total of 11 fire damage aimed at the chest.
AoE fire damage.
The
11
chest?
fire damage.
Oh, wait.
If these kobolds are anything like the others, they're all wearing a bomb.
Oh.
So-
And we're all within bomb range! Well, I say all, I mean the queen
Oh,
is
for someone
fine.
who's
I'm a little
fighting
harder
this
to
thing.
hit, so it's fine.
So Nebula, still in your kobold disguise, or have you transformed still?
No, I'm still in kobold disguise. It cost me an action to transform.
Okay, so the rest of you just see this kobold with pants around its ankles just take its little T-Rex dinosaur arms into like this sort of translucent ball of energy that has lightning specks kind of coming out of it that suddenly takes the form of fire. And the one kobold just goes, just like doesn't even like hit it. It just like just disintegrates it into dust and just and the little bomb that was attached under it goes ding ding ding, just falls to the ground.
Achaidh just pulls out scatter and reads, "Oh, his power level. It's unreal."
Okay, so good job. Anything else?
That didn't trigger. Is that bomb still active and present, or did it just like not go off?
It did not go off. Still active and present. You'd have to check to see at this point, but judging from what happened the last time you fought these things, you have no reason to suspect otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. Then action. That's an action, and that is okay. Then that is all I am going to do. Yep, that's it.
Okay. After your turn, Nebula, the gnome woman, who you assume is Nima, chained up to the wall there, is now kind of hidden under the table. And at this point, you kind of see them kind of get out from under their table and start to stand. And they shout out. They sort of grab a handful of brass spheres piled up nearby. And they shout out, "You wanted these made? Well, here you can have them!" And she throws one of these small brass spheres at one of the kobolds.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
She's gonna throw one here. So it's gonna roll to hit. Shit. Natural one.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's in the thought.
Nima's just a little shook.
Yeah.
So it's going to. Fuck. Yeah, no. It's gonna hit right here. So
Cool.
let's see.
Let's make it interesting, shall we?
So I'm gonna need a bunch of you to make dex throws. But Skins will as well, as will the kobold here. So everyone within 5 feet of this middle square. So Phelan, pretty much everyone except Margot, I need you to make dexterity saving throws.
God damn it.
Who needs Margot to throw a fireball when Nemo will? Ooh.
So I
13.
think some of y'all spoke a little too soon.
Yep.
A nat 1.
Oh no!
I got 11.
This is why
I
I
got
should keep my big
14.
mouth shut. This is why I should keep my big mouth shut.
That's why you're wearing that armor.
That's
Kevin
why
said
I put
Dex save. I was like, oh, I'm a rogue. I have expertise in this. I'm good. Nope.
So the DC was 10.
Oh,
Ah!
definitely
Yeah.
didn't pick that.
So and the rest of them, the kobolds and skins, both saved as well. The kobolds have high dex, so this will just be Hendrix that takes the damage from some.
That's fun.
So this will
I got
just
5
be a D8 of bludgeoning. Those who failed take half damage.
Or those who
Still take
succeed.
damage. Still take damage, but half.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Of 4. So Jules, you take 4 points of bludgeoning. The rest of y'all take 2 points of bludgeoning. As you see this gnome kind of go to throw an explosive seed, but kind of forgetting that they're still chained up. So the throw's kind of like clicks and kind of stunted for a minute as the chain kind of comes taut and just misses that target, but lands right next to them, and the seed goes. And the rest of you kind of quickly take cover. But Jules, you just weren't able to see it in time, and just kind of boom, just fall backwards a little bit.
Nebula and Galahad blocked my view a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah.
But the armor is still on you, saving you from a more devastating hit, so you're still all good. Okay, so after a Nebula, we come to finally Margot.
Margot's gonna see everything that just happened, and she's going to basically rush up to the front, and she's gonna look at Phelan, basically glance to Phelan, glance to Speck's dead body impaled, and she's gonna remember what it feels like to have somebody ripped in front of her. And she's gonna flip the fuck out.
Fight them. Yes.
She's gonna look at Speck's dead body, back at Phelan, and she's just gonna grit down. Her wings expand behind her. You almost feel like the wind ripping around her. And she's gonna cast a 2nd level shatter, but it's gonna sound like a dragon's cry. Not like a scream, but just like a straight cry. Like Ray, how do I ping again?
Just hold down with
You hold
the
down the
clicker.
cursor where you
Right
want to
there.
do it.
Everybody except Nebula, I'm sorry, you're gonna be in the 10-foot radius blast. But
I'm in this.
everybody gets
You don't
hit.
care. Marco don't care.
I kind of care.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
where
care.
where was the hit there, Margot?
Right here.
Right there.
Everybody should be within the 10-foot radius.
So let me just make this more clearer for everybody. So 10 foot would be, you did it here, you would get the kobolds plus Nebula right there.
I should get kobolds, skins, and
Yeah.
Nebula.
A Nebula, okay. And they
That's
all
cool.
gotta roll dex save.
Yep, so they have to be,
Is it Dex or
it's Constitution.
Make con saves, okay.
Yeah, so they have to be to 12, but if they don't...
20?
Nice. Okay. Fool me once, shame on you. All right, so I'm just gonna roll the con saves really quick. So that's
Yeah, it takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
Oh, half. Okay, and the DC is 12.
Wait, you said that Skins was covered in stone, right?
They
Creature
use-
made
They
a
use
creature.
their, just one second.
Okay.
So they use their reaction to kind of harden their skin for that attack, but then it went back to their normal skin. It was just for that one hit.
Okay, because I was gonna say for flavor, because inorganic material of stone takes disadvantage. So I was gonna be like, could I shatter an arm?
Yeah. If it stayed for the whole fight, for sure, but it was just a reactionary ability.
No, that's totally fine.
So unfortunately, oh shit. Okay, so it was 12. Skins got 16. One kobold got 15. One got a 10, and the other one got a 12. So 2 failed, 1 succeeded, and Skins succeeded. So 2 kobolds are gonna take full damage, and 1 kobold and Skins will take half.
Okay,
Hey,
so
just Just a question. That little bomb that's sitting on the floor right where she triggered the shatter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That would go off.
Because it was on the point that she said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
fair.
it's right here.
Oh no! Oh
just-
no!
I'm-
But that is within 5 feet. So Nebula, you would get hit by it, but also the other guys would also get hit by it.
Let's go.
So
I'm
this is going to
just
be a lot of
saying.
shit happening at the same time. So I'll
I'm
let you
just-
roll your damage first.
Oh
8
no.
plus 4 plus 3.
15.
15.
So 15 damage.
Cuts in half to 7, yeah?
Yeah, 7 we'll say.
How you feeling, mate?
So
Uh,
first
look-
off,
I'm doing all right. So long as we can get back to my turn, I'm solid.
There's very little left of me. I'm coming back.
so first off,
I'm in danger.
Margot comes up from behind you as a skirmish is going on, and you just hear the heavy footfalls of the Dragonborn coming down, the wings furled out, the hands stretched forward, and you hear that familiar crackling red energy that you had seen displayed when the prison break first happened in your first adventure together. And a lot of you kind of know what this means, so a lot of you are like, oh shit, and you're all starting to run out of the way. Except Nebula looks over and is just like, oh, she's mad at me. Fuck, she's and just starts to like try to take cover. But instead of this, like, the clouds start darkening around from above you, and instead of this thunderous boom of what a normal thunder strike would sound like, you just hear this wail, this guttural, deep wail of a dragon just it's at the top of its lungs, crack down. And at the same time, that explosion also gets kicked up and explodes at the same time. So instantly from the shatter, these two kobolds are so dead. And
What you get for not having specs back?
all fucked up as they each of them explode, and they all just fall down to the ground. Electricity is coursing through their veins. Skens the Goliath sees this going down and goes, kind of puts the arms up with the sword, but they will stand firm as the legs kind of drag back on the ground. But then when that explosion comes up, the impact of the second one they weren't expecting slams them into the cavern wall, and the side of their head goes and has a huge gash bleeding down from the side of their head. So good job there. So Nebula, how much did you take from the
I took 7 from the half of shatter, and then do I need to deck save or whatever
Yeah.
for the bomb?
Yeah, you'll make a dexterity save for the bomb.
That's a 14.
14 passes, so you take half of 7.
Okay.
Oh,
So we'll just say 3.
Okay.
All right. That second explosion happens. You see that head get hit from the side of the cavern wall, and it's still an explosion kind of in this kobold form. You're just still getting used to it, kind of fumbling over, still haven't raised your pants up because you can't. You don't have a belt that's big enough. Topple forward and try to get up. The explosion from the thing hits you back down again. Just like, God damn it, this is really uncomfortable. But with all of that madness, Margot, again, and see kind of like dragon tears coming down the side of her face as she's witnessing another one of someone close to her get taken and their life away. But after all of that craziness, we come to the top with Jules.
So, I'm gonna ask another ruling from you, Kev.
Okay.
A little bit, kind of. So, Arms of Haidar is a spell that I'm able to cast where they, creatures make a strength saving throw, and on a failed save, they take 2d6 necrotic damage, and they can't take reactions until their next turn.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
What did you want to know about the ruling, though?
I was just gonna see if I could not do the damage and just take their reactions.
You can do non-lethal damage, which means
Okay.
that you wouldn't kill them, you would knock them out. That is a choice that
All
you
right.
could try.
All right. Can I slip in between Nebula and Galahad here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna step to right about here, I believe. 10-foot radius. Yep. Is he within? Nope. Nebula would be within 10 feet, so I will
Step
Yeah,
one more up.
one more up. And then
do it.
cast, Arms Adar, and Skins is gonna have to make a strength saving throw as these spectral tentacles outreach from Jules's body and reaches out towards them, attacking them.
Okay. So strength saving throw. That is a 19.
Oh, my saving throw is a 15. So I'll have them take half non-lethal, half the
Half
damage.
the damage, okay. And are they stuck in place, or does that succeed that too?
That if they succeed, there's no other effects. It's just the
Okay,
damage.
so just taking half damage.
That's a 6. 5, so 11, so 5 damage.
Oof, looking rough. As these sort of blackened dark greens, as Jules kind of darts between you all, the explosions all happen, and in the concussive nature of these explosions, everyone's dizzying and trying to kind of get their footing from all those huge hits. She takes this time to just kind of jet forward, finding an opening, skids across the ground with all the dead, the body parts of the kobolds all splattered everywhere, slides on the blood and guts, kind of motions forward, and these spectral tentacles just come from her chest, latch out, grab Skins on both the wrists and trying to pull them in and trying to subdue them and keep them restrained. But the strength of Goliath is too much as they're fighting you and forcing it off. It starts to almost pull you towards them. Like, oh shit, and you just ignite the dark energy within as they start to singe the skin on their wrists and burning as this smoke starts rising from the wrists, just searing the skin. And just trying to get out. Eventually is able to just force themselves off of your tentacles as they kind of come back towards you. So good job there. So it's got this giant gash at the side, this 3rd-degree burns that are like this blackened blue charred skin on their wrists, but still standing, just barely.
I've been waiting to use that spell since I created Jules, and I'm so glad I finally got to use it.
Awesome. Okay, and then we come to Phelan.
I am with red tinted vision from the sadness of losing Speck. I'm going to take my short sword again as I turn around and see Galahad next to me, aim the blunt side of my short sword to try and hit and hit Skins with it, and see if we're also trying to do non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal, okay.
Yes. And that will be with my short sword. That's okay. That's a 9 plus 6. That is 15 to hit.
15 just misses.
Ooh!
Just misses.
Oh! Okay. I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to just snare under my breath and say, he didn't need to die. As I drop my disguise self as well.
Okay. So you go and kind of take your sword, flip it around so it just has the pump handle as you see Jules kind of trying to restrain the Goliath and make those final blows. You can see it's really badly hit. You're like, if I just can knock him out, I think I can end this. You just go for a hit, but they just see you at the last second as they have all this just going off pure instinct and adrenaline, just ducks right out of the way as you go in for a big punch and as you do this, you change from the kobold shape to your bugbear form as you grow 5 times larger and your fist grows 5 times larger and for crack, and you just hit the side of this rocky cavern wall, make a big dent in it, but it's just right beside their head as they just ducked out of the way, and they look for the first time in the fight, they look concerned and worried as they kind of look back at that giant dented hole, and you're just looking at him with all the fury in the world.
And that is my turn. As I stare him down.
Then we come to Skin's turn, barely holding it together. They are going to kind of see the situation that is happening and just kind of looking at all of you. Sees the kobolds dead on the ground. The fall of the Dwendalian Empire at the hands of Zohos is imminent! And then you see that they have this ring on their finger, like the one that you recognized from when they made that prison break. And she goes, punches the ground, and an instant fog cloud starts to emanate around them.
Oh shit!
Not again.
Let her get away. We can't. Gotta get her. Wanted to take those reactions.
So this is gonna put it on here so you guys can see. So it's 20 feet centered around her. So this whole area is designated heavily obscured. Heavily obscured. And I'm just going to quickly just describe heavily obscured for a moment.
They want this smoke, they gonna get this smoke.
I mean, I could cast Shatter again and hope for the best.
Shatter their bones. Go for it.
Yeah, so a heavily obscured area such as darkness, fog, opaque fog, dense foliage, blocked vision entirely. A creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition when trying to see something in this area. The presence or absence of light in an environment creates three categories. Yeah, so this area is considered to make everyone blinded. So you can't see and automatically fail any ability checks that requires sight. Attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
So basically you're just kind of in this really thick, dense fog. They have just like Batman Ninja Scroll, just made this big smoke cloud around you, and now you're just trying to swing and trying to find where they are. But they're gonna do that, and they are going to move. Yeah,
Cannot see, I'm legally blind.
To run over to the heavy metal door.
Now that doesn't trigger any form of attacks of opportunity, or are those at disadvantage?
So that's right. So you would get. So yeah, that's right. So Phelan and Galahad, you would get opportunity attacks
At disadvantage.
for this first one, and then at disadvantage. Then if you miss, and they make it over here, Nebula will also get one because that'll be in their range as well as they move by. Oh, actually no, they can go this way because then Jules as well.
Yeah.
It requires,
Yeah. This is chess.
requires sight though, but I guess they're like moving close to you in the fog, so you would be able to see them at the
And
right.
so you'd probably slash at this figure you see in the fog, but you don't know who it is, you know?
Yeah. So we'll do Phelan and Galahad first. So make 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah. Mine was 10 with disadvantage.
10. Okay.
Do it, Gary.
2 fours. 2 fours.
Oh.
Oh, so unfortunately those both miss. God damn it. And it is going to run over here.
Ah, no.
I'd also like to point out
Trusting.
that I then threw my dice back in the corner and they were both 14.
Ah,
They're going
So,
in jail. I've had enough of these
Jules,
things.
you'll get 1 attack at disadvantage.
All right. That's a +0 to any of my attacks because my strength is -2 and my proficiency bonus is a +2. So let's see how this. the 9. Into 16, so 9.
9. Yeah, unfortunately that misses too, as the three of you just
Plus
see
one was gonna hit.
this dark sort of shadow just kind of run within the fog, and you both just make wild swings, but you just, the distance, you're not able to really judge how far away this thing is, and you just swing wildly and just miss. And it makes its way over to the door and ends its turn there. So with that, we come to the kobolds that are all dead. And then we come to Galahad.
All right. Well, before they ran away, I was going to run forward, so I'm going to go through the fog. 5, 10.
As Skins passes me, can I shout out to the rest of the party? She's going towards the back of the cave. Get her, just to update everything on her location.
Say less, fam.
Say more, actually. Where exactly?
15, 20, 25, 30. I'm a
All right.
bonk.
Make an attack at disadvantage.
Is that still in the fog cloud?
Yeah, it's 20. The ring of obscuring is centered on her.
Oh.
So the 20-foot
Yeah.
radius follows her around.
Bugger. All right. Well, it is what it is. It was a 19 and a 5.
A 19.
No,
And a
and a 5.
five.
So,
To the 5, yeah.
It
So
was 10
unfortunately, you're
total.
just you're kind of trying to going into the fog, but it's so dense that like even as soon as you step into it, it's hard to judge distance, and you don't want to go into the traps. You're just kind of swinging wildly and just trying to kind of go into one direction and just keep swinging to make sure you're not hitting a wall or a door. But unfortunately, nothing hits. Nebula.
Okay, so I am out of the fog, correct?
Currently are, that's right.
Okay, and we know, at least we know the direction that she is moving in. Okay, I am going to, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this. Okay, so I cannot see them at all, though.
It's so dense. It's just like Ninja Scroll smoke bomb, basically.
When we're making those attacks of opportunity, were we seeing at all?
Seeing like when Galahad and Phelan were trying to make those attacks, because it went towards Jules, not you, they could just see like as it went briefly by them, just like this darkened silhouette of the Goliath kind of moved past them. For you, if you're just looking at a big dense cloud, you could try to make a ranged attack if you want, but it'd be at disadvantage.
Okay. So I'm actually going to do something here. So I'm going to run into the fog just like Galahad did. Can I step over this dead kobold, or do you want me to move it?
You sure can.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's getting into the rock face there.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
Runs.
So I'm going to run up until I'm going to run through the fog until I see Galahad swinging at this person, and at this point, if I can see them at all, is really what I'm trying to get at. And as soon as I can see skins of any form, I'm going to reach out to them, and I'm going to cast Command again.
So you don't have any visual, like you can kind of see like a blurry dark shadow, but you wouldn't have any distinct detail on it to be able to do that because it's considered to be blind.
Okay, well then instead it'll just go ahead and be a grapple check, a tackle.
Okay,
Tell me how you want me to do that.
let me see. So I know with blinded, it's mainly attacks. Because with grapple, do you have to hit them, or are you just trying to grapple? Like, how are you trying to grapple them?
Basically, I want to tackle them. So I was running in that direction, and if knowing I couldn't cast command, I would be running, and I would just try and tackle them.
So you basically would make contested strength checks.
Yeah, I guess.
If it were. So
If it were normally.
If it were normally, it'd be contested strength checks. So if you want to try to just, you think you see this shadow within the fog and you just want to run at it, I'll allow you to run at it, but the contested, you'll have disadvantage and I'll have normal.
Okay.
Because that'll be the contested of like, you're doing this in a blinded thing, you're just kind of go for a shot, but it could be the wall, it could be her, you're not too sure.
Yep.
He's just grappling my leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I think the camera's moved. Just getting Jordy's attention just real quick.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
am
that
now
was-
Jules.
Yeah, that was my bad. I hit stop video instead.
I'm
And
Galahad
that's
5
good.
now. Me.
So
I'm the good
Phelan,
boy.
you're good.
again, it happens on the stream if someone's video goes out, all videos go, but Jordy can, Mr. Jordy Rose can easily move them back around.
My
Okay.
sincerest apologies. That is
Alright.
on me.
They are all
Thank you.
fixed.
Thank you, Lord and Savior Jordy.
So you're gonna do this at disadvantage. What did you get?
13 and a 20.
So 13. I got 15 plus 3, so 18.
Dang.
Unfortunately, so you go grapple. It's like, "Ugh!" and you just knock into Galahad, thinking it was Skins.
Okay.
Okay. After that, Margot. Oh, sorry. Was there anything else you want to do, Nebula?
I don't have any. Oh, bonus action.
Hmm.
Can I send the Vox Seeker after them in the fog?
You don't have the code.
Uh,
You're not in control.
my voice is what the code is. I think that's the thing going on. I'm in kobold form. So am I allowed to send the
So currently, in your kobold form, your voice
Sure.
is sounding like the kobold, so it can't recognize what you did. Also, you remember the wording of sword through back. The Vox Seeker was on its
Did
back.
you took both of our people? You took both.
Okay.
You took both
Okay,
cats?
yeah, that's it.
Well, we don't know yet because he's still a kobold, hasn't changed back, but just refreshing the memory of how
I
it
can
went down.
forgive Speck, but you could kill our Vox Seeker? No.
All right, yeah.
But you can still try. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you can. I'm just saying that's the description of what had happened.
Yeah, then I wouldn't try because I'm not able to change my voice right now.
Yeah.
What I want to know is how the Goliath sees through this.
Okay. And then we come to Margot.
Margot is going. So Galahad made contact with Skins, right? Or attempted to.
None of them have hit. No one has hit the Goliath so far. Everyone's.
But they're aware of where they are, like within the fog. Like
They know
proximity.
that they're getting fairly close to it. Yeah, they're in the right vicinity-ish.
Okay, so Margot's gonna run up to here and basically be like, "Tell me where to aim!" To Galahad and Nebula.
And at this point, they don't really see her. They're in the blinded condition. They might have an idea, but they can't be too sure.
So
Galahad, can you take a hit?
Sure.
she's just gonna basically just be like, "Well, better to try than to not," and she's just going to lob a firebolt straight down the center line.
Okay, so
But
this is
Ivy. So here's the thing. Ivy gave me inspiration,
yeah.
and so can I technically roll that inspiration and tack it on to my lowest number?
Yeah, so this will be So you're rolling the fireball as an attack spell, right? So you roll to attack.
Yeah.
You at a disadvantage. Then the lowest roll, add the inspiration roll.
Okay. Ah. That is a 15 and a 20.
Ooh, add something to that.
Is that with 15? Is with the inspiration?
That's with the inspiration.
Ah.
You go and say, "Where is she? Where is she?" The rest of them said, "I don't know. We can't find her. She's somewhere around this area." You just kind of concentrate, trying to listen to anything that sounds a bit off or not like your friends. Small fireball just emanates in front of your palm. You look into the fog. And this firebolt just goes through the thick fog, making this tunnel-like image as it clears through the smoke. Hits the wall. Doesn't make purchase.
Dang it.
Top of the round. Hendrix.
Let me check the range on something real quick.
I'm just glad I didn't get hit.
I'm gonna make my way towards just like as close as I can get up here. Basically, if Skins is not in that area directly, I'll step into that area. Is she still there, or?
So in this condition, everyone's considered blinded. So you're not really. It's still that close. It's just so thick. It's just like being in a burning building of smoke.
There's a being there.
Again, the blind disadvantage. You see your friends kind of circling around, but at this point, like you can't even see like an inch in front of you. It's just thick smoke.
As I make my way over there, I'm gonna say, "Sound off."
Present.
Who?
Okay, so using that information to know that Nebula and Galahad 5 are there and there, I'm gonna try and send an Eldritch Blast into that area where Skins is.
Okay. So you make an attack at disadvantage.
All right. Just making sure I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Make an attack. Where is my? I'm sorry. I'm looking for my.
It's okay. It's stressful.
It's on the wrong page. All right. That is I gotta check. 12. It's a 12.
A 12?
Oh
Well,
wait,
it's
it's a disadvantage? That was my first roll. Yeah, a 12. I forgot to roll my second time. I rolled a 7 and a 10. So 12 is my highest.
So once again, sound off! Come here. Fuck. And you're trying to hear something, and you almost hear the jingling of keys off in a certain area, and right away just go, ha! Instantly just rapidly fire an Eldritch Blast because you guys are just so worked up with adrenaline. You can't let her escape. But once again, you just hear the smacking against cavern rock wall off to the side.
Damn it. All right. Fair enough.
So close. Okay, Jules. And then we got Balin.
Yes, I am seeing that in front of me there is smoke, and I don't know where everybody is. I'm going to take a shot in the dark as I take out my crossbow and aim it into where I hope the Goliath is at.
Okay.
And hope I hit.
Balin outside the fog cloud, just hearing this massive, like, firebolt, Eldritch Blast. You see these colorations inside the smoke, kind of like muted fireworks, and you're just trying to get some, just randomly, just praying to the gods that this hits. Shoot your shot.
Okay. One of them was a nat 20. But the other was a 3 plus 6 for a 9.
Dang it.
You shoot the shot. You hear that sound of it hitting the brass metal door as it ricochets off the metal, but again, no purchase. We come to Skins. Some of you in the fog cloud can faintly hear the jingling of keys as you hear Skins rapidly trying to open this door, but with all the projectiles going on and that last arrow shot, you hear the keys fall on the ground as they seemingly are, you can hear them trying to scramble and get the keys and trying to get it into the door. But they are still there as far as you can hear. We come back to Galahad.
All right.
I'm going to... I'm just going to take one more wild swing. Just one more sweep in front of me at disadvantage to see if I can connect.
Hey, batter, swing. You just got to do your thing.
Nah, 14. Actually, no, it's lower, but yeah.
Once again,
we got this.
Going in there, just swinging wildly, just not able to make purchase. Nebula at one point, it goes, whoa, watch it! It just wings back to him. The two of you are just swinging wildly inside of this dense fog. We come to Nebula.
No, I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
I will then, because the fog cloud is centered on Skins, I'm going to step out of the fog.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go and see to the prisoner down to here. I'll end my turn there at the chain.
Okay. Sounds good. Going over to Nima, who's still chained up on the wall. Okay. After that, Nebula.
Nebula would have seen the firebolts crash by and the Eldritch Blast light up, and we hear these keys. So I'm going to run for the door that I am aware of must be present. And so I would run as far forward. I don't know if you want me to move my character, but regardless of if I can see them or not, I am aiming to block their path.
I'm going to have you roll a perception check.
Okay. That is it's only a 3 in this.
A 3?
Yeah.
You go and hear the cling, 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 clamoring of keys. And you just make a judgment call, run straight forward, preparing yourself to maybe run into a giant wall or a rock. You're like, this is gonna hurt. And you hit into the Goliath. You hit into Skins.
Okay.
I rolled a 3. I'm not joking. You rolled a 3 and I rolled a 3.
Holy wowza.
Oh my gosh! Woo! Ah!
Okay. So I've collided with them. Did anything happen from that collide?
Nothing happened. You just smacked into her. So for the second, you can just barely see her.
Okay. With that in mind, I am... Oh, gosh. Yeah, with that in mind, I am just gonna use up my last spell. So if I can see her, then I'm
Barely.
within...
You've knocked into her, and the cloud, this magic fog, is starting to very fastly get in between.
And instantly chromatic orb again.
Okay.
That's a nat 20!
No! Okay.
Skins is about to take... Hold on. Okay. And so as soon as I come into contact, I assume that's not with disadvantage, right?
It's gonna be disadvantage still.
Okay. So that first one was a nat 20 then. Second one is an 11 plus 6 for a 17.
So you go behind, smack into the back. You finally have found her, and she just like kind of just hits in. She's trying quickly to unlock the door and get out. And as soon as the fog just very instantly just starts to cover her again, you just take your chromatic orb again, and you're still in your kobold form, correct?
Yeah, and I'm gonna change it to I'm aiming to stun with non-lethal electric damage, lightning damage.
Lightning damage. So once again, you make this orb around you in this translucent, almost see-through sphere, and just this shocking bright blue energy. Instead of firing it, you take it and just go, you just shove it right into the back of their head, holding on to the metal key and the metal door. They're just frying, and they just go, and their hands are smoking, and they fall backwards and are knocked out.
Yeah.
Excellent. Whew.
Good combat. Good.
Whew.
Oh,
Good job.
I was really hoping for that Hail Mary. Just
Now,
Hell
is
yeah.
the fog cloud still active? Is that pertained to their mental state, or is that just the ring?
It's the ring. They're out. It's
Okay.
out. The fog slowly dissipates as you
Nebula is immediately taking that ring off their damn finger.
hold on.
Mine.
Margot runs over to Nebula and she's like, "Give me that. Like, let me see it."
And it just immediately, if I'm pulling it off the finger, and I will hand it to Margot, but it is coming off of that Goliath.
Do you go as the
So,
Goliath
I wanna-
is knocked out?
I want to do an Arcana check on it. I want to see what this thing is.
May I
Okay.
look over your shoulder and also do an Arcana check?
Yeah. Do you want to both roll or give her advantage?
I would like to make my own. Jules would like to make their own.
Okay. Okay, so I'm rolling.
I don't let Hales.
That is a 19 on my end.
That's a 19 plus 5 on my end.
Okay. So the two of you, as Skins is knocked out, Goliath helping out with Nima, trying to unlock the chains from their wrist. You pick up this ring, and I'm going to.
I'm now Goliath 5.
I'm going to send you this image in our Discord chat of what the ring looks like.
Did Skins have like 1 HP left right there?
That's just a bomb.
And she had 5.
Yeah, cool. 3d8 was plenty to handle that.
Oh, you did it again. I saw that.
I did it again.
So
Why?
Did it
you look
again.
at the
Jordy,
ring.
I'm sorry.
Whoa. That's
You were already last in the chat, so you're good. It didn't change anything.
So you look at this ring, you pick it up, and it is a silverish, dark metal-looking ring that has a skull face with one eye missing, and the other eye has this shiny yellow little pearl in its other socket. And looking at the ring, especially Jules, who's, with your background, this is an item that you've been familiar with, and same with you, Margot. This is a ring of obscuring. This band of iron resembles a skull, and it's cold to the touch. It has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. As an action, while wearing the ring, you can expend 1 of its charges to cast the fog cloud spell from it. With the following changes: the cloud is centered on you when it first appears, and the spell lasts for 1 minute. No concentration required. So, with that, you also, Phelan, you notice something. You being the closest to the dead kobold.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no,
As the
no.
bodies are all lying there, you're like, we did it, and you hear this faint ticking
And-
sound, and you look over at Speck's lifeless body,
Oh.
and you hear that saying that, oh, sorry, you took the bomb from them, so there's no ticking
Yeah.
off of them. But you just like, you just kind of feel bad, and you want to move Speck's body out of the way before the bombs go off. That you remember what happened.
Cover him.
You go to roll Speck over, and the giant cleave from the sword. The armor is split. The clothing is split. The wound is healed to a scar. As you turn over Speck, and he goes, "Oh God, that was fucking awful!" And Speck appears to be alive.
You're alive? I'm gonna
It doesn't feel like it.
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.
Okay.
Now, the
Marco's
reason,
gonna look at him and be like, "How is this possible? He got cleaved."
He done got cleaved.
so I did a bit of a retcon because I looked at the kobold's stats for this particular kobold. For Wildmount, it has that ability that after it dies, after 3 rounds, the body explodes. So technically, the body would still be around for 3 rounds of combat. And thankfully, this was going to be the last round, and the body was still around. Hence, that extra bit of health got it back up.
Yes.
Oh my god, our boy lives.
We need to stop the bombs.
Oh,
I will say to
Yes.
Speck as I grab him and put him behind me, away from the other exploding kobolds.
Okay.
Margot's just gonna shout, "Phelan, get away from there!"
And as Margot says, "Get away from there!" the ticking goes.
Galahad's going to quickly position himself in front of Nima, just between her and the explosion.
Okay. The rest of you gonna just let it happen, take cover?
Margot's gonna cast shield on herself.
Okay. Everyone else?
yeah.
In a little kobold form, I'm going to crawl behind Skins.
Okay. Use Skin's unconscious body as a shield. As
Nebula
I'll-
don't give a shit.
Mhm.
Jules will hunch over in front of Nebula as well, seeing that Nebula is rather hurt.
Okay. So the rest of you take cover, shielding others, taking cover from others' lifeless bodies as the ticking goes. Kaylin gets in front of Speck, and both 3 of the kobolds just go. Just explode as the bombs all set off. But no one is in 5 feet of it, so you're all good. Whew.
Oh, God.
As these guys.
And that's when the cave falls in.
And that's actually where we're going to take our break. So,
Oh my gosh.
whoo, that was a good one, guys. Way to clutch it at the last second. Thank you guys all so much for watching and being involved in chat. If you are a subscriber, this is your time to shine. I'm going to enter the keyword bomb into the chat. Keyword bomb for Canada, US only. Type it in once and you'll be entered to win a dice vault, dice tray, or a set of dice from our good friend Jody Rose. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and come back in around 5-10 minutes. We'll see you then. Bye. Bye. And we're back. Hello, everybody. Thank you for waiting there while we stretch the leg and refill the drinks. But it's time for everyone's favorite moment, the giveaway. We got 3 people in the giveaway this week. Thank you guys so much, as always, for being a subscriber. And we are going to let Nightbot do its thing. So, Nightbot, let's see who wins this one. And...
Oh, Grey Wolf 380.
Ba-boom! Grey Wolf 380.
Okay.
2-time winner, Grey Wolf 380. So you get another choice of dice tray, dice set, or dice vault. We usually give a 30-day sort of refresh for previous winners, and it had been 30 days since Grey Wolf had won. So
It's already been 30 days since we started playing, guys. That's just nuts.
Insanity. It's been. So good job there, Grey Wolf. And remember, guys, if you are a subscriber, you'll have a chance to win something every single week. So hit that button if you can. But with all of that out of the way, let us resume our little adventure here. So, with you all having just barely stopping Skens the Goliath from escaping through that door, and Nebula, you do notice, kind of hiding from behind Skens' body, and you two, Jules, kind of in that area, you will notice that the iron door is slightly open.
I'm gonna...
As they were able to kind of open it, but not able, unlock it, but not able to fully get out before getting hit.
Okay.
So first things first.
Close
Nebula's-
call.
Go ahead.
That was a bit of a close call. A bit too close for comfort, if I do say so myself.
This ring caused us quite a bit of trouble near that end.
Yeah, a
Mind
bit of
if-
a problem.
Bit of an issue. I believe that I could cause some issues for others using that. Do you mind if I were to take that?
Margot's gonna like reach out and just be like, "Give me your hand," and she's just gonna slip it on her finger for her, and just be like,
Harem now.
I feel like, oh hey,
Oh my god.
Like-
yes. Yes.
yes, you're the next bachelorette.
And
Alright.
Nebula is definitely gonna shifty eye be like watching this friendship that's blossoming, and is like, I really don't want that. It's not gonna say it out loud, but it's like, I really don't want that to be the problem.
So Margot's gonna slip it on her finger and be like, "I'm counting on you to cause as much chaos as Skens did for us."
I will. And what's the name of this ring again?
Ring of Obscuring.
Ring of Obscuring. Will you send me the stats for that later?
Oh, yes, of course.
Cool.
I'm.
Going to. Did you want to go, Moose?
You're good. Go for it.
Excuse me. Okay, so Galahad's going to, because he was still in the explosive brace position, so he's going to unwrap his arms and look down at the gnome in chains.
Miss Nima, are you all right?
And the chain. Yes. Starts kind of coughing from all the smoke and the fog that's kind of still dissipating. Yes, I'm all right. I think I'll live. You mind?
We're friends of Sleece. We're here to get you out of here.
Oh, Sleece. Oh, thank God. I've been out here for ages. Do you mind help me out of these things?
Right.
And Galahad will look back at the group and call out,
Anyone see the key to these chains?
Oh, I can take care of that. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, which allows me to unlock locks.
Mhm.
So I'll just use my Mage Hand and unlock that.
Okay, make. We're getting objectives already for some reason.
So
You have to
Margot's
be
gonna
able to
look
open
at
it up.
Margot's gonna look at Nima and be like, "While your aim was a little bit off, I do commend your bravery and your acts."
And as they do all of that, I'm also gonna turn back to my boy and pat him and make sure he's okay.
So,
Yeah.
just one second. So, Jules, do you have thieves' tools by any chance?
No, I don't. I thought I could have swore that. No, I had one DM rule that Mage Hand was like could unlock things just automatically, and I thought that I thought that was just a part of D&D, and then I read over the spell list, and that is not a part of D&D.
Mage Hand is not a skeleton key at 3rd level. That is.
So then, do we just want to retcon that and then just just grab the keys and unlock them?
Yeah, sure.
I can do it if you need me to.
Sorry.
No problem. But the keys are there on skins that you saw kind of on the ground, so you're able to grab those. And
then I will just cast Mage Hand in order to bring the keys immediately over to Galahad 5. That's
Thank you.
just quick.
Yoink.
No worries. So you got the keys off beside skins. Take those cuffs off. There's a little bit of like some blisters underneath the cuffs there. They're just kind of rubbing it. Sorry, Nebula, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just need it to be audibly understood that Nebula casts lay on hands on himself to fix some of this nonsense.
All right. And
Takes
then,
100 damage.
Margot looks at Nebula and goes, it seems like your ideas just keep continuously getting us in trouble. Your job you may not be as good as your job as you think you are.
And Nebula transforms after healing himself back into normal form. And as he gets back into his armor better fitting, well, I haven't died yet, and I've gotten every problematic person I've been sent after, so...
Only after causing more problems, but yes, continue. Gloat about it, why don't you?
So where do you think this goes?
Should we find out? I'd prefer not to scale back down the waterfall personally.
I mean, I might, but I'd hate for my ideas to get us in more trouble.
Margot's gonna look over at Galahad taking care of Nima and be like, Galahad, your opinion.
Miss Nima, do you know where this door goes? There's
some short circuiting between my brain and sorry. Where does this leading go?
Nima kind of getting up and says, I've only been up here for since 3 weeks ago. I haven't really traversed over on that side too much. They made me do most of my bomb making here.
Margot's gonna take out some rations from her bag and just straight up toss them at Nima and be like, 3 weeks? They must be starving you.
God, thank you. And just kind of goes up and starts to instantly inhale any of the rations that you gave them.
How does she look physically? Like, does she look like injured, or just like starved, tired?
Yeah, she doesn't look injured. She wasn't beaten or roughed up or anything. Just looks tired, stressed out, been chained up, maybe given a meal here and there. Looks a bit worse for wear, but not incredibly injured by any means.
All right. Well, after she's inhaled the food, Galahad will hold out his hand and say,
Are you able to walk?
Yes, I think I can. Just might want to just give me a minute for a second.
All right.
May Jules make an investigation check on the area around us and see if I can find anything?
Area just the general area beyond the door?
Just the general cave area where kobolds included.
Yeah. Sure, make investigation.
While they're...
Oh, I was just gonna say, while that's happening, Margot's gonna look over at Phelan, doting over Speck, and just kind of just basically look at him and be like, word to the wise, it's best not to get attached. Less time or effort takes people from you.
And it also means less reason to live. If I don't have anybody
is it even living if you're always alone?
That's why you shouldn't be alone. Find people who care about you. I will keep tapping on Speck's chest to see if everything has healed properly, and looking through, making sure that he's well. And I'll pat him on the head and say, "Are you okay? Can you move?"
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. And they just kind of like look at his chest, and there's just like a big red sort of scar line amongst his chest cavity where that impalement happened, but it's seemingly sewed up. Still, like, there's still a visible scar there. Like, it's not like fully flesh or anything, just from the faint bit of healing that Galahad was able to give.
Margot's just gonna whisper under her
Yeah.
breath, and she just goes, "Phelan, you fool. Everyone you love leaves you eventually."
Nebula's gonna call out in regular voice now. Cactus.
So you say cactus, and you notice the Vox Seeker is kind of on the ground, the big sort of skewered sword thing into it. But you say cactus, and it goes like starts to kick its feet a little bit and sort of like make itself get back up on its legs, but it's like kind of like toppling back and forward. It looks a little injured.
Okay. So cactus to me.
I rolled a 14, by the way, for that investigation.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to you just right after this.
So I call the cactus to me.
Yeah, so it's slowly little sparks going, and it slowly just walks over you, tries to climb up your leg, but it's like just slowly and jitteringly starts to climb up your leg as it gets a bit of a hard time.
Okay. Backpack mode. That's what I tell it.
It just kind of makes it about here and just kind of just like stops as it can, has a little more energy to get up on your back. But you got this
Okay.
plate sort of robot just sitting right there.
Cool. Sort of like a shoulder pad.
Yeah, a little bit.
Cool.
But Jules, you make a 14. Looking around, you go over to the table where they're playing that game. You see some dice, some cards, but
Dice.
there's no real items or any gold or anything really of anything important around here.
Okay. I've swept the area. I don't see anything of note, really.
Oh my god. Words. Okay. Speck, do you know what leads where this door leads us, by the way?
And Speck kind of goes up. Yeah, that's where we live.
Oh, are there more people around that we should be worried about?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, there's more people.
Okay, more kobolds or Goliaths?
There's kobolds, there's some other things in there. There's a big scary robot, there's kobolds, there's a few things in there.
Okay, you say big scary robot, like Galahad scary?
He's not as shiny as him, but he's still pretty big.
Galahad is okay. Oh, not as shiny. Okay, that's what you said. Okay, I thought you said not as tiny. I was scared for a second.
Well, that too. It's much bigger than him. It's a fucking little guy compared to that.
I do not want to see whatever's bigger than Galahad here. Okay. Is there any other way to get out of here other than this? Don't poke yourself too hard. You might open your wound.
Oh, I've never had that happen before. It's just really weird. Is it permanent?
Yes.
Like, does it break? Or is it like a Band-Aid or something?
I think it's like a band-aid for right now.
You did just get stuck through. Do you honestly want to try that again?
I'm just making sure that, the insides will come out at some point,
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. Now, here's the question, though: Can we leave through any way other than this waterfall right here?
There might be some other ways inside there. I mean, this is one of the ways that I normally leave. There might be some other ones in there, though.
Okay. Good. Friends, what do we do? I do not want to see whatever is bigger than Galahad, but if that is what we need to do, then that is fine. I guess we could tie up our friend, the Goliath, and see what we can get out of them.
And then Nima, kind of collecting herself free from the chains, steps forward and she says, the robot he's talking about is Stallmouse. It's the reason behind all of this, the reason he's been doing all of this. The prison break, the bombs, everything. It's him.
The robot is behind it all.
It's not a robot per se. I think it's a construct of some kind, but if I had to make my bet, it's definitely him. I got captured around 3 weeks ago from these kobolds. They kept referring to their master.
Yes.
And when I woke up, it was them, Goliath, and this massive bronze. It looked like a construct. It might be a robot. I'm not too sure, but when it spoke, I think I could have sworn it was him.
Okay. So we now have a name for this master, Silas. You say? Is that what you said? Silas?
Stallmouse.
Oh, Stallmouse. Sorry. Stallmouse. Yes. Well, friends.
I used to just come up here to collect the bat guano for my own projects and explosives, but one day I came up here and I just remember seeing black. And I woke up and I was chained to this wall.
They even knew where you lived. They had kobolds waiting for us down there.
They did?
That's where we met our friend Speck here.
Jesus, did they hurt anybody?
Was there anyone? No.
Thing permanent.
Yeah. Sorry.
Does anyone in the town suspect anything? Do they know what's going on here?
Not from what we could tell. No one even knew that you were gone. They thought that you were quarantined in your house sick.
Washburn might be on this track, but I don't think he'll make it here soon enough. I'm sure our friend Margot here would attest to him not being too bright, you know?
At this, Margot doesn't say anything, but you hear a very low guttural growl come at the mention of Washburn's name.
Washburns.
No, it's like it's basically like Fairy Odd Parents. It's like Dinkelberg, but like Washburn.
The Skins, the Goliath, did they hurt anybody?
There was some attacks on town. No one was hurt, but
Skins
Managed
used
to
that ring
stop
to
them.
get away the first time.
Not again.
They forced me to make the bomb that broke them out of prison. I couldn't do anything about it. They're just
Listen well when I
they're
say
bent on vengeance against the Empire and the entire city of Hupperduke and its people. They had me working on plans for an even larger explosive device. I don't know what it was for, but
Nima, Listen well when I say this. None of this, you're not responsible for any of it. None of this is your responsibility, and you should not bear this weight on your shoulders. This is on those who kidnapped you and forced you to work. Don't hold this against yourself.
Would you rather be doing this or rather be dead?
All, whether it was forced or not, my hands helped in creating this chaos.
Well, you're not wrong there. I mean, I'm definitely with them on the fact that you were forced to do this, but I'm also not gonna lie, you definitely helped build some real dangerous shit. So
Oh no, you definitely added a notch into our troubles. But it was troubles that you didn't know you gave us. So we can't really seem to fault you on that one.
Do you?
my main thing is dangerous shit is dangerous. The question that's still up for debate, though, is dangerous to whom?
To all of us, it seems, and it seems to this kingdom we are in. If they come in from Jorhas, then
They are dangerous to us simply because they are not in our control.
that is a good point. And also
Even-
because our mission is directly against them.
Even well-made machines within your own hands can be used and malfunction and cause trouble for the user.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at this guy. And he points to Galahad. I mean, I got jumped in a house and he stood there. What I'm getting at is, look, you made some serious shit. That happens. Can't really undo that, but we might be able to alter that. Any idea what it is you were really building? You said you helped build something much bigger.
Did you finish it?
I don't know if it's finished. They gave me some plans, some designs, and forced me to bring it into being. I could be finished. They could have given it to someone else to add to it. I don't know.
Okay.
As long as Stalmoust is still alive, this shit is just gonna continue to keep happening. The fucking hack.
Let me ask you this. Are they all inside here? Is this the only way into this cave? Do you know?
Hey, you. She signals to Speck. The last time I came up here, I saw smoke coming out of the top of the mountain. I thought maybe it was fog. Is that from inside here? What are you talking about? What do you mean smoke? I don't... Fog? What do you mean? No, Inside, did they make food for you? Did they make meals? Yeah, sometimes there'd be food prepared. I mean, it's just kind of brought to me because I'm trying to ask if there was a kitchen. A kitchen? I mean, I would say so. I mean, they won't really let me near fire. Kind of long story. I tried to make anyway. I can't go into that area, but I think there is one. I think there might be a chimney up top, smokestack of some kind. It might help you lead you into the area, not coming in the front door, but it's possible it might help you.
Come in by surprise.
Yes.
I like catching things by surprise. And we can go in and
How big of an explosion did you help them prepare for with that last project? Ballpark. What do you think we're looking at if they put it in something?
Stormhouse is obsessed with bringing down the Dwendalian Empire, all the corruption, Halperduke, all of it. I mean, unless if they added more to it, I can't say for sure, but the piece that I worked on could possibly take down a building.
That's building. The right building could level down the whole city, especially if they get the explosives.
Or the factory.
Mhm.
It is rather concerning information.
We can't let that machine get out of here.
And Nebula is going to walk over to her. And again, her name is
Nima.
Nima. And he's going to crouch down now and look Nima directly in the face and say, Nima, I know they've had you working on all sorts of stuff, and I am sorry for your troubles. But I'm going to ask you, what would it take to cave in a mountain? Let me put it this way, Nima. You built something big. That's bad. We get it. But it's only bad if it leaves this mountain. Now, if we're unable to go deal with the problem ourselves, perhaps we just make sure it never leaves this place. You catch my drift? Is that something you're capable of?
Me to go in there.
No. I'd like you to build something to help us ensure nothing comes out of there if we need to. I mean, does anyone disagree? I have a feeling whatever's down that hallway, we don't want coming out of that hallway unless it's under our command. And frankly, we've been doing an all right job, but I'm all right with dropping a mountain and calling it a day.
I don't think we have the time to have Nima build us something that would bring down a mountain.
Well, we're
Even-
going to have to go in there. We're square on that. But consider Nima
Do we, though?
plan B.
Our
We-
job was simply to collect skins. We can return skins to the city, to the Crownsguard?
Bram.
Crownsguard.
Bram. We can return skin to Bram and be on our way. We don't have to deal with this ourselves. We can come with backup of other Crownsguard or Kingsguard or Crownsguard.
Crownsguard.
Crownsguard. With more Crownsguard and bring Nima to safety. I think that would be wise considering we just fought a significantly large fight.
We have skins in our custody, and we've already saved Nima. It would be irresponsible for us to endanger either of them by going further into the mountain.
While also endangering ourselves.
That too.
I, personally, would like to stay alive.
Our job was to get skins. I'm not interested in going any further than required.
Then it seems
Well,
we're in a
I would like to come back. While I would like to keep going now, I do see that we have taken a lot of our energy out in our fights already. But seeing just one comrade fall, I don't want to see a city destroyed. Not if I can help.
Upper Duke should be warned regardless.
Agreed. Who knows how soon they may put their plans into effect, especially with Skins being disposed of.
As soon as they realize that Skins is gone, their plans will most likely be expedited.
Unfortunately so.
It sounds unanimous then. But as our friend here is pointing out, once they understand that we know, the timetable is going to move a lot quicker.
Perhaps, let's say, instead of collapsing a whole mountain, we were to simply collapse that passage, and Jules points to where Skins was going. Perhaps that would give us a little bit more time. If that is indeed the only entrance and exit.
Good point.
It's a start. And we have the chimney for an access if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime is better than none.
Do you have any more of those discs you so kindly threw in our direction?
I have. Looks behind, see the sort of a pile of them beside her.
Margot like grabs the blast powder that was promised to her for them helping to find Nima, and like hands it in front or gives it to Nima. It's just like, would this do anything to help you?
I mean, these can hurt a person, sure, but this is not enough to cause a cave-in. Might do some damage to the walls, but it's not enough to make the ceiling collapse or anything like that.
Not even for
Margot.
that small tunnel in there?
Be a few rocks, but they built that place for a while now. It's pretty fortified.
Margot, if you and I were to help the explosion on with some fire, do you think that would help us at all, Nima? Would it? I'm sure if we spent some time on it, we could, but
also,
Yes.
if you do this, you try to cave in that tunnel, they're gonna know what we're up to.
Mhm. How often do people come from in there to out here?
I mean, pretty frequently. I mean, not every 10 minutes or something like that, but every couple hours.
Then perhaps we should depart. Take what we can. We're going to be moving much slower as we're carrying someone, and we still have to pick up Zerra on the way out.
Perhaps if we were to, instead of using the bombs as a cave-in mechanism, we were to set a trap for the next person to walk down this hall and barricade the door to the best of our abilities. Because as soon as they enter this room and see that Skins and those kobolds are gone, and see the obvious fight that broke out, they'll be alerted either way.
Fair. That is fair.
Might as well deal some damage while we can.
Okay. Well, we go back to town, we tell them what we need, and come back as soon as we can.
Agree.
Alrighty, friends.
I'm for it.
I'll go ahead and grab our good friend the Goliath, and as a bugbear, I am able to pick him up since I have powerful build. I count as large when determining my carrying capacity.
And Nebula will take the keys and lock the gate. Quick question. So we're agreeing to set up a trap here at the gate? Okay. Nima, could you lend us a hand?
If it isn't too much to ask.
Sure. Yeah. What do you need me to do?
We'd like to get those discs on the inside of the gate. And as soon as someone approaches the door, we want them to explode.
Dealing as much lethal damage possible.
Frankly, I'd like them to be afraid of approaching the gate to begin with.
Explosive seeds they're not sensitive to pressure or movement. There's a switch on them that you click and throw. They're not exactly mines of any kind.
I think you're asking too much of this Nima.
You
Is it
might be right.
Is it possible at all to rig a trap with them? I know that you're smart because you are able to construct these things with your hands. If there's any possibility, we should take it. If there's not, I completely understand.
I saw that you had one of the Vox Seekers earlier, no?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could possibly program it to set off the seeds once it sees someone come out of the door, perhaps, but that's not all I can do.
That could work.
It
Let's do it.
appears as if good old cactus will be meeting its end.
Would be a mighty end.
Cactus, it seems like you have a job to do.
As it kind of crawls down the side of your body, slowly jittering, kind of spark kind of flying out of it. The kind of like a lizard walking as it kind of makes those stuttered movements as it goes forward. And Nima kind of takes it and goes, "Give me a second." Sits down, and it takes a bit, around like 25 minutes or so to kind of do the reprogramming.
Would this count as a short rest?
Yes. And kind of sets up, does a little bit of rewiring and reprogramming on the Vox Seeker, puts a bit of the explosive seeds near the door as you kind of shut it, and kind of plants the Vox Seeker there. Says sentry. As she kind of says sentry to it, it goes. It kind of brings some of its little spidery legs to them or up to kind of flick the switch on the explosive seeds as soon as someone opens that door. All right.
Good.
I've done what I can, but we've been here a little bit longer than I would quite frankly like to be. We should, if we're gonna move, we got to get out of here.
Yes, agreed. Let's go.
And Nebula will lock the gate with the keys and then cast alarm across the gate to get a mental ping in his mind if someone touches the door.
Okay. So with that, you all leave the entrance to this cave here. Okay. So again, you go to that cliffside going down. Now you have skins there on you. How are you going to get them down the cliffside here?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to. Oh God. I'm going to sling him over my shoulder, and while that won't cause much effort, it'll.
Perhaps if we were to use rope to lower them down, this would be easier than carrying them with brute force.
Can Margot's wings let her glide down?
Good.
Is that too much?
I have some rope that I could use to tie him up and get him down, or at least how far is it? Or tie her down. Yep, my bad. How far is it away from where I need to be?
The cliffside going down?
Yes.
It's a pretty big drop. You guys climbed up like almost 100 feet or so.
Oof. Yeah, I can at least. Actually.
We have enough rope.
Yeah. We can get some rope between all of us, so we can get down as we need to. trying to see what else I can do. But
Both to lower skins and lower ourselves.
yeah.
Make it a bit easier of a descent.
I also know I have this piton right here. It will make it a little easier for me to climb down, so I can still try and just grab him on and go down. It'll be hard, but not too hard.
Whatever will take the least amount of time and
Yeah, let's...
amount of risk.
And what
Oh.
about you, Miss Nima? You've been in captivity for a while. Are you able to climb down yourself, or do you want to get on my back?
I might. My wrists are kind of still kind of injured from. I might need some help.
Understandable.
Okay, so the
I'll
rest of
help
you are
you get down.
gonna lower down skins with rope. Is it how many people are doing it? All of you?
I think
All of us working together would probably be optimal.
I'll definitely help as the only strong one.
Nebula.
I count as a large creature for carrying and stuff, so I can help with that. Galahad, if you want to go down first, so you can grab onto him. If anything goes wrong up here, you can catch him, and I can lower him from up here, and that way you and I can work on that. Or, my bad, yeah. And I can lower her from up here.
Good idea.
Thank you.
Let's
And
go.
Nebula was going to climb down as well to assist. I think if Galahad's going all the way down, Nebula would climb halfway to try and sort of guide and help along to ensure that we're not losing the rope on the way down.
So we're gonna have everyone here just roll strength checks for me.
That's a 4 from me, dog.
So 16 minus 2, so a 14.
And
22.
18.
13.
God damn it, Jim. I'm a man of science.
Nebula,
18.
18. So yeah, collectively easy enough. Nebula kind of gets down halfway. Galahad with Nima on your back, going down first all the way to the bottom. The three of you are able to kind of lower her slowly. And Margot, you're kind of just like, you're lowering down, but the grip kind of loosens for a minute, but the other two of them are able to kind of fasten it taut for you. So the three of you are able to get lower skins down. And the rest of you make your way down. And you start to walk out from under that waterfall. And now you are back. A few minutes go by, leaving the entrance of that cave behind you. You find yourself back at the campsite, and you see a familiar Yuan Ti with their bag over their satchel over their side, about to leave. My friends, I thought you had deserted me. And that's where we're going to end the session. So, huzzah!
I just got back into character, and I was just about ready to
Had that moment.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Washburn, and I was about to lose it.
And then Washburn shows up.
We
So,
already
guys,
did.
we're gonna end that there, as these lovely players have places to be early tomorrow. I just expedited a little fast there, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had fun. That was an awesome little mini boss battle. And yeah, guys, so tune in possibly next Wednesday for another edition of Fey Lie. We'll kind of talk in the chat, but we're talks about maybe making it a week wait instead of 2 for y'all. So thank you guys all so much as always. This was a great 3-session back-to-back D&D marathon we had here on the Dicecream Twitch channel. But yeah, guys, we'll see you all next week, same time, same channels. Check out Dicecream Sandwich on all socials for when we'll be streaming. But love you all. Stay safe out there. Roll nat 20s.
Same dice place.
Yeah, same test channel, same test place. Bye.
Bye.